The Virginia Department of Forestry is 101 years old and has grown from an agency that solely fought forest fires to one that also works to advise landowners on good forest management and help replant timber resources. Landowners like Ann Todd, who owns several timber tracts in King William and Hanover counties. Over the years, she, along with her father and grandfather, have worked to be good stewards of their forest land. So when it was time to replant some trees, she consulted with her local state forester.
They clear cut, and then we had that pre-emergent put down to stop all the undergrowth from growing so it wouldn't compete with the new pines that were going to be planted. And it took about 2 years. We cut it in 2015, and then I think it was 2016 when the emergent went down, and then they planted in spring of 17. Okay. So we've got these nice little seedlings, and as I say, they've got about a 2-inch candle top on them, so they're looking good.
Dave Slack with the Department of Forestry explained that his department offers landowners financial incentives to plant trees, apply herbicides, conduct beneficial burnings, or when preparing an area to be replanted. State cost share funds are limited, but they do make a difference in convincing landowners to invest in replanting timberland.
We have a statewide program called Reforestation of Timberlands, or sometimes we refer to it as RT, the acronym. And the RT program is essentially it's a tax that forest industry applied to themselves in the 1970s to fund reforestation and forest management work on private property. And that tax is matched by the General Assembly each year.
Todd says her family has never overharvested their timber or abused their land. She remembers her father cutting trees and replanting them by hand. It can take 15 to 30 years for some timber stands to reach maturity, depending on whether they are pine or hardwood. So owners like her have to take the long view to be good stewards.
The forests are very important, not only to me, but to everyone. Everyone that grows trees. You have to have trees in order to survive on this planet. They purify the air, and then of course when you harvest you get the end results with timber. It's when you look around and you see a lot of the land being developed, I think that's a very sad thing, because I think a lot more should be put into growing trees, whether they're the hardwood or pine. Let's keep our land green. Let's keep our trees growing. When we cut them down, let's plant them back.
The forest industry contributes $17 billion a year to Virginia's economy, and landowners collect $345 million each year from timber sales. Both hardwood and softwood trees are harvested annually, and thanks to the Port of Virginia, timber and finished wood products are easily shipped around the world. That's why it's so important to harvest these trees responsibly and to replant them. That way, Virginia's forest industry and the environment will thrive.
There are a number of benefits from harvesting in terms of manipulating the habitat for a lot of wildlife species. Not all wildlife species like old, mature woods, and there are some species that prefer to have very young, very early aged habitats. So a clear-cut harvest or a final harvest, such as what we're looking at today, is the type of habitat that's very beneficial for some species of songbirds, for things like rabbits, for bobwhite quail, for wild turkey, for a number of other types of animal species. They find habitat conditions here that they don't find in an older, mature forest where the canopy is closed, where there's a lot of shade, where there's not as much undergrowth.
If you'd like more information or advice about harvesting timber, or to learn about the Virginia Reforestation Assistance Program, contact your Department of Forestry area forester, or visit the website at dofvirginia.gov. In King William County, this is Dave Miller.